Yeah, personally, I joined the board in early 2004 through Arts and Business. I came through the board bank process to prepare me for being on the board of an arts organisation, and I found that very helpful indeed. Joined the board then, and about 18 months later or so, I would say late 2005, became the chair of the Crescent, and obviously I've been heavily involved in the capital project ever since. So it's great to get to this stage when we've actually got everything up and running, people in the door, events happening, and just lots of life about the place. I like to think, and certainly the initial reactions are, that we have managed to create a building of great character, despite the fact that it's modern inside and fit for purpose, and indeed state of the art in many cases. So I think I, like many other people, have a lot of great memories of the old Crescent, but I wouldn't exchange this place for it for anything. No, I think we've got a fantastic venue here with great facilities, and no, there's no going back. One previous tenant was also telling me about the mice that used to live in her fireplace and in her office. So yes, there are a lot of things we don't miss about the old building. I think, the main thing that was a real problem for us was that the roof leaked, and particularly the last year or so that we were still occupying the building. There were a lot of incurable roof leaks, and unpredictable as well. Although whenever there was very heavy rain, you had a fair idea you were in for a bit of cleaning up inside. And it really was the stage that we had to call off one or two events because the stairs down into the old gym were actually too dangerous to negotiate. There was just too much water on them. Now, of course, we don't have those stairs because it's all on one level on the ground floor. We've got the lifts because everything's accessible now, which again was something that was a problem in the old building. Really, only the ground floor, and indeed only parts of it, were accessible from a disabled perspective. So, really, I'm glad to have got to a stage where we have full access throughout the building. That's important, and also obviously no leaks.
I came to school here, Victoria College, not on the date that says outside, but a bit later than that. And we weren't allowed to come up through the front door. We had to come in the side door into what is now the studio. Was originally the dance studio. Didn't think of it back working in it, mind you, for 20 years. I'm certainly not going to miss the leaking roof particularly in this performance space, which used to be the gym, and putting buckets down to catch the somebody yesterday called it our water features. And the fact that we have a lift now and access to all of the floors for disabled people and people who can't make stairs, and that's very good, and we were lost without that. Before, Beverly, who runs the Open Arts Choir, I hadn't realised, but she had never actually seen the top floor in this building because she couldn't access the stairs. And the cafe, of course, is a great boon as well, because it means that people are going to performances and then coming out and having a cup of coffee, or at lunchtime. Today we had a recital, so people then decided they would go and have a bit of lunch after the recital. And so it's bringing people in that haven't been in before. And with the extra space, it was 50% derelict before, and we couldn't use the spaces. So now, with all of the spaces up and running, we'll be able to accommodate a lot more activities. And we've actually provided some nesting boxes for the swifts that come every year, and the builders worked their time scale around them coming and going away so they wouldn't be disturbed. It's a unique colony of swifts here, and so we're pleased about that. Talking about birds, pigeons still here. The builders went to great trouble to put spikes in the window where the pigeons nested, and now they nest above it. They went a floor up, so they'll find a way. But it's always been a welcoming place and an open door to everybody. And I hope the character will stay with all this refurbishment, but I hope so. I think it will.
It's fantastic. It's been such hard work, and the work all the staff have put into it. We've been here day and night the whole way through, and it's just so nice to come in and have something like hot water and have heating. But the public have been coming up to us and saying how amazing it looks, and that's what really makes the difference. We've kept them happy. and I think we've kept the spirit of the place as well. It's had a facelift, it's still friendly, and now we don't have people moaning at us because we don't have a lift. I don't think I am going to miss anything about the old Crescent because, like I say, the spirit has come here and it's still the nice new building. So it is exactly the same, only better. So I'm not going to miss that much about it. I'm glad to see the end of buckets and hallways collecting water, and I'm glad to have hot water in a bathroom. Yes, the pigeons have stayed and we're having a little trouble getting rid of them. They're really going for squatters' rights. Jerry O'Dwyer was out at the side having a smoke the other day, and there was a pigeon above him. And you know the circular window up at the very, very top, and it perches on there, and Jerry put his hand out and it crept in his hand. This was last week. It was brilliant. See, some things never change in here. Not the pigeons. No, not at all.